Well. Hello everyone and welcome to another live stream. And today we're almost halfway there actually. We're with the video. Would you believe it? We're almost halfway there. Or actually over halfway there. Or actually exactly halfway there. I don't know, something like that. The point is, today, I want to get some things done some more. Because we haven't really moved much recently. So that is music on YouTube, youtube.com/@music if you like to listen to the music that's playing in the background right now. And yeah, I haven't really had a chance to eat yet, so I'm gonna sip on some instant soup in the background. Hi Devanon, how are we doing? How's the day going? I feel like the music might be a bit loud. There, this should be much better. Yum. How you doing, Vanon? The toaster. Quite a title. Only now it hit me. What was I doing? Oh yeah, right. Minor case of the forgets. The video. Hold on, I just realized I need to open everything up. It is a bit of an awkward time to stream, I suppose. I might need to reset the time soon. There we go. Almost done. Going for is, I do believe, energy. Yes. Open and chemical energy at this point. At this point, once again, the biggest issue for us will be the render times. Because I always forget about those. I always do. There we go. What's in the I didn't think anybody else stayed up this late. Oh, well, I do stream at random times, actually. And I do live at random times. So, carbon dioxide, for example. Carbon dioxide molecule has a single carbon atom and two... Wait, did we run... Oh, yeah, right. So, here's the thing. Last time, when it was the video making live stream, we finished up to this point, which means we have these 6 minutes finished. Boy, that took a surprisingly long time, didn't it? That was a surprisingly long time. And also the intro isn't done. Oh my goodness, the intro isn't done. Okay, the point is, today, what I would like to do is I would like to get to at least, realistically, 10 minutes. In order to be on time with everything, I should get to 15. But realistically, 10 minutes. That's still gonna be high. What chapter is this? Now the whole idea looks like this. The bonding of two has less energy. Oh my goodness, am I really going into the molecular orbital theory of this one? My taskbar is broken, give me a second. Oh yeah, I did make this chapter for the molecular orbital theory, didn't I? I mean... I have other more important things to do, so I won't on the background. Oh, I see how it is. You have some more important things to do than me. I get it. No, it's fine. Good luck, then, Venon. And I do appreciate... I mean, you don't have to keep it in the background. It's fine. I'm not that hungry on money. I won't ask what things then, because I do understand... Hold on, my phone's off the spot. Ah, there we go. So, I feel off today. I know what's wrong with me, but I just feel off. I'm hoping coffee might help. I feel like I got hit in the head with something. And I'm experiencing a minor concussion. That's the closest thing I don't know what's wrong with me. The point is, wait, is this entire segment just about chemical? Oh no, that's transitioning between them. Okay, yeah, because I thought that chemical would be shorter, and it is shorter, which makes sense. There isn't much to say about chemical. It just means the bond. So, carbon dioxide, for example. Carbon dioxide molecule has a single carbon atom and two oxygen atoms. Right, first of all, there's already something I'd like to render there. That something being this carbon. Your glow color is wrong. There we go. It's glowing. Like this for the carbon. Wait a second, that looks different. Oh, it's the same. Ew, I made this. That's awful. Why does it look so wrong? Can I set it to -2? Oh, I love Blender. You can just set emission to negative. It does get a bit funky when you do that, but I mean exactly what you expect. Instead of emitting light, it sucks the light in. That's quite convenient because that's exactly the effect I need in this case. I'm just hoping all this won't take too long. So you're getting wicked? Yeah, I am. Walking the video about energy. So right here, this should be 61. I should rename this to 63, actually. No, don't create new folder. 61. Rename to 63, and then this one should be 61. And then this to 0, and this to like 10, I think. Something extremely bright. The background is pure white, so that's why this won't really work perfectly. Yeah, this entire scene is a bit too... It's a bit meh. Like, the background is extremely bright, but then we have this fog in the middle. But if I switch it up, it's gonna be switching way too quickly. I just misrendered the whole thing. I've memorized the whole periodic table. What? Wait, the whole? As in the whole, like, up to the oganesson. The entire thing. Yes. Why? That's so many elements. Hi, the God Slayer. Side, why? My main question is why? That's so many elements. Carbon dioxide molecule has a single carbon atom and two oxygen atoms bonded together. But what is keeping them bonded together? What force is holding them close and not allowing them to drift? Well, this is a bit counterintuitive. Average Indian high school experience. What are you making? It looks like H2O. Close! It's carbon dioxide. Because there is no force actually. What force is holding them close and not allowing them to drift? Well, this is a bit counterintuitive because there is no force actually keeping them together. Instead, you need energy to pull them apart. No, that's incorrect. The folder I was looking for is this one. I said it's this one. I said it's this one. I said it's this one. There we go. To break them apart. Imagine it like this. If you have a ball floating... This one is a bit too linear. Ew. Instead, you need energy to break them apart. Imagine it like this. If you have a ball floating in space, here,
Imagine like this. If you have a ball... Imagine it like this. If you have
There
a
we go,
ball,
that's more like me. Trying 3 times to say a single thing.
Imagine like this. You have a ball floating in space. Here I'll just add an axis for reference. Now if someone were to ask you a question, what is keeping this ball in place, how would you answer? Well, you'd probably say no force, because there really isn't anything holding it in place. Instead you need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded.
What's really fun about this one is that in this case, this will be a bit more accurate. Okay, so in order to... Oh my goodness, this is gonna be quite a transformation. Alright, so 4 to... for 325. I don't want to spend too many frames on this because it's gonna already take ages to render. The point is, we do a keyframe. The point is, we do a keyframe right here. This will be our ball in space. Now, for this transition, I'm not disconnecting for a second. For this transformation, we're gonna take these. We're gonna set their alpha to 0. There we go. And right here, their alpha will be 1. There we go. And same thing with the cube. Hi there, lamppost. How you doing? Okay, walk into the mines here. Bye, Gosler. There we go. Now for the background. Background is simple enough because it's mainly because it starts at density of 0, strength of 0, which means we can just do this, and then right here is just gonna be higher. But higher with what? Well, higher with some sort of the universe texture, like for example noise texture. Through it we go into color ramp, then we go right here. Actually, probably this one better. Space there. And now for this one we can do hue saturation value into hue, that's correct. This right here, then probably another one into saturation, this time with a smaller scale, and then there we go. That's how to be decent enough. And then this might be too bright with background. The render might be stuck a bit on this. Oh well. There we go. Now one last thing to do is add an axis. Mickey, I finally got uranium. Why? Lamppost, are we going to... Lamppost, are you blowing up another city? Lamppost and then they're... just... radioactive elements. Lampy, should I even ask why? got the government approved for it. Cool. That's such a lamppost moment. Why are they two vertices in here? No, wait, that's just the origin point. Okay. I'm upgrading like my holographic 10 something times scope design. Cool. So you're just making military tech. That is actually pretty cool. It's actually really, really cool. Oh, saturation, right. Oops. And then it's broken now because it's trippy a little bit off the ground. Makes sense. Given by government for testing. that is pretty cool though. That's really cool though. Thank you, Past Naked, for buying instant soups
Well, energy
in
is
the past.
hard to define, but we all have a pretty good feel for what it is. So for now we can say that it's just the capacity for doing work and a conserved quantity. So if we had a ball, for example, moving forward and hits another ball, all of this energy will get transferred. That's kinetic energy, and it basically means movement times mass. Since energy is conserved, there isn't actually a way for us to lose this energy, and that's why it got transferred when our balls hit, because energy can't just disappear. Another kind of energy is potential. So if we take our ball again and move it up this time, the gravity wants to pull it down. We call it potential because
Disturbing by the same height since 4 AM for me. We'll hide the simple.
for it. I mean, the ball isn't heavier, isn't glowing, isn't moving faster or at all. In fact, it's just there, chilling. But if we let it go, it falls. That's potential energy. It doesn't always have to be height. Potential just means potential to release energy. If you were to graph the amount of kinetic energy our ball has, you would see that
Make sure to check a closet before sleeping.
reappearing. But this doesn't actually
Actually, now he's advice.
since we said energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's a conserved quantity. So that's why we made up potential energy. We just say that instead of our kinetic energy disappearing and reappearing, it's getting converted into potential energy. So if we add another line, summing both energies together, it will
Wait, did the arrow change color? I just realized. Oh yeah, it did. Huh.
constant, which means that the more energy we in quotes lose right here,
Hold on, I need the arrow. This one.
summing both energies together, it will always stay constant, which means that the more energy we in quotes lose right here.
This live stream might be a bit more of a chill live stream.
Yeah, the more
Because kind of wasn't feeling great yesterday and I'm still kind of recovering from that. Hold on. Temperature. The color I'm trying to go for will be something in this shade. Actually, why am I doing it this way? I can just go for this. Wait, wasn't there a way to match the color? No, do I have to do it manually? Fine. 3, no way to... Fine, see if I can. What's the most? Okay. This way, I'm pretty certain. There is really no way to match it. As close as it'll get. Ah, doing it manually, just like professionals. No. I guess just reset. Chilling, yeah, there we go.
the more we'll gain right here. Right here.
Oh, I didn't put an accent that here, which is make for a bit of a worse edit. Oh well. Why is this one so yellow? Oh, probably because of these. Temperature more bluish. Too bluish. Tint a bit more non-existent. Sick. Make it. Do you know there are things called banana bonds? Yeah, I included that in the video.
Right here, the more we'll gain right here. So
I think even the original chemistry one, I'm pretty certain. Like in the big chemistry video, I think I had that, like a short bit about how there are banana bonds.
the higher this gets. And so
I believe
let's
they are
just-
also called bent bonds.
this gets. And so let's just recap for a second. This red line right here represents our kinetic energy. so the movement of the mass of the ball. Kind of like velocity. Actually, in this case it will be proportional to velocity. And the blue line represents the
Why is this one moving up? Why am I like this? Here we go.
potential energy. In this case, the energy that can be released by gravity, so the height. Got it? Red line is the velocity.
I'm a bit lost. This one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'm lost no more. There we go.
Blue line is the height. I'll let this animation go in the background for a second. Seconds. Now both of them summed up give us the
In this case, I said it will be proportional to velocity, so I feel like saying this on the screen is fine. The Sahid, mate, you need to find yourself someone, if I'm being honest. Or just to find a hobby, actually.
this animation go in the background for a second.
This one will be purple. Ah, practically the same amount of characters. It's almost kind of good enough.
Now both of them summed up give us the total energy.
Graph disruptive. I'm guessing it's gonna look like the... I don't know. Is it going to look like something like just two normal distributions or something?
Which is always constant. Except it isn't.
I'm kind of locked in, as kids these days say. You know, just editing away.
Except it isn't. And based on what I described, it really seems weird. I mean, in what possible scenario would this line...
Again, welcome back!
No, really, this is a genuine
Make it a good
question.
dog? No, my neighbors
Pause
do.
for a second and see if you can answer it.
As you can hear.
There.
I don't have my own home, like, as in, you know, a building. I don't own a building, not that posh.
No,
Have an
really,
apartment.
This is a genuine question. Pause for a second and see if you can answer it. There. Got it? Well, the answer is pretty simple. And the animation was a bit of a hint itself, because at the end of it, our ball is stationary and on the floor, which means that both its kinetic and potential energy is zero.
This is going to be really fun for audio, because for all of these glows, I would like to add a sound effect. We might do it right now, actually. Always the same chords, because of course. Because of course I'm gonna use always the same chords. No, this is not right. String section could be better. I know I should play music for the sound segment. I could just go for the typical electric. Maybe with just C major. Yep. Actually might do all of them. No, this way. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Or I could just the typical. I didn't want the sound effect to be a bit more general, but oh well, that's what I care. Yeah, and now to juice it up. Whoa! I keep forgetting how just how many things obviously it has in itself. Reverb, yeah. Wouldn't this bet actually? A bit too subtle, but well. I'll need to move them out. Unfinished brings use Sahid, mate. My goodness. Like, I get using sex and jokes, I really do. I do it quite a lot, but balance. It's all about balance. Okay, maybe lower. I pirated FL, but I know how to use it. Why would you pirate this? You do realize it has like a... You do realize this is free, correct? What I'm doing right now, what I'm using, it's free. I'm using the free version. Why would you pirate FL Studio? I just... At this point, it's more like a lifestyle choice. It's free! Lamppost? Why? Really, why? It's free! You'll do real... With the free version card export project... Yes, you can! Yes, you can! In fact, I can do it right now! MP3, music, stream, chords, background, 0. Done! No, the full the only difference between the free version and the full version is like with the full version you can load in saves, but that's only convenient if you're like really good at music making. That only comes in handy when you really can make music, because then you're working on projects which are so elaborate you do need to work on them like over weeks. But I'm just confused. It feels a bit too simple, but I'm gonna see if it works. Oh yeah, and then stream, yes.
This by gravity, so the height. Got it?
So, why would you? I don't know. I'm gonna call my friends Jack and the American making music. I'm not really making music. I'm making bug sound effects. Guess I could just pop this in. There they are, all equal length.
Background for a second. This red line.
Now, parametric equalize, a simple one. Reduce.
This red line.
Way too quiet. Use 10.
This red line right here represents our
Like 5. And now we can just hold on. My taskbar broke it again, of course it did. There we go. Now we can listen in.
this gets. And so let's just recap for a second. This red line right here represents our kinetic energy.
So it feels too much.
Of the mass.
It feels like too much.
Kind of like velocity. Actually, in this case, it will be proportional to velocity. And the blue line represents the potential energy.
I just don't know with too much volume or with too much chords.
This red line right here represents our kinetic energy. So this red line right here represents our kinetic energy. So the movement of the mass of the ball. Kind of like velocity. Actually, in this case, it will be proportional to velocity. And the blue line represents the potential energy. In this case, the energy that can be released by proportional to velocity. And the blue line represents the potential energy.
No.
In this case, the energy that can be released by gravity, so the height. The blue line represents the potential energy. In this case, the energy that can be released by gravity, so the height. Got it? Red line is...
Make it if Dominus wants to challenge you to a math battle. What do you mean math battle?
The velocity. Blue line...
Quick, come up with a higher number.
I'll let this
7. Oh fuck, I mean 8. Oh no, I mean 11.
I'll let this animation go in the background for a second. Now both of them summed up give us the total energy, which is always constant. Except it isn't. And based on what I described, it really seems weird. I mean, in what possible is stationary and on the floor? Which means that both its kinetic and potential energy is zero. So our total energy of the ball is also zero.
Whoa, I got the chords mixed up. Wait, didn't I?
Is zero. So
Yep, I did.
and potential energy is zero. So our total energy of the ball is also zero. So what happened to the energy?
Mathematical framework of the universe where 1 plus 1 is equal to 5. That's quite a challenge.
Well, it got transferred to the ground, and that's where we find the actual constantness of our energy, and that is the total energy of our system, the green line, which would be the energy of the ball
I should put the last one.
plus the energy of the ground, so this. This is the line which will always be constant, and that's why sometimes you'll hear insulated system in physics.
I should rent the additional images for this one though. You should. So Blender 4.1. Make it. What's your favorite number? At least 2. At least. That's my favorite number. It's just the symbol of greater and then 2. That's my beloved number. Biden Dobbit. Great, what about square root of -1? That's a good question. Is square root of -1 larger or smaller than 2? I've already had this conversation on stream, I remember, like hundreds of live streams ago. I was researching something. I had this exact question. Is it larger and is it smaller? And I do believe that greater and it's a standard, but there isn't an objective answer for this yet. Because it's in a different plane now. Yeah, correct, but would that matter for maths? Like, maths defines, well, math doesn't really. Maths creates its own logic as we create maths. So if we created, the greater and lower operations, then can't we also define them for imaginary numbers and complex numbers? And if we can, then shouldn't there be an answer? 13.6. I think that's why I had it open, isn't it?
The energy of the ball plus the energy of the ground. So this.
Wait, this is the wrong one. 7. Nope, not 7. 6. And now right here, I turned something off. Well, I turned a couple of things off. The point is I turned off the... What I read not? What happened to the green line? Where's the green line? Did I delete? No, I didn't delete it. What's the objective answer to it? Make it? Ah, yes, my favorite kind of answer. Am I going fumers because I don't want an explosion? I2 is the same distance with 2, so maybe that's the problem though. Okay, allow me to showcase exactly what I mean. Oh, why am I opening Paint? I have Blender. So you have the complex axis, correct? With imaginary axis and the real axis. And so +2 would be right here. Our imaginary number, square root of -1, would be right here. Right, this is I. So now, is this greater, smaller, or equal to? So is the definition of greater than anything to the right of 2? So for example, 2.5 plus I... Actually, no, 2.5 plus... No, 2.5 plus half I. Would this be greater than 2? That could be one definition. But then you could have another one. So for example, it could... All of the complex numbers could be undefined. Make it, what's your subjective answer? Well, I do believe that greater and lesser should be defined in relation to the axis. So it should be greater, but right here it should be defined as in, for example, for the real number line, greater would just mean greater than the number on the real number line. You could have the same thing for imaginary one, and then you could also define it in relation to, so basically on level right, because then also on, you could do it on the complex axis in relation to an angle, or rather in relation based on the line. You also have a phobia where he's afraid of d divided by dx is equal to 1 divided by x. I know what your problem is. I mean, if d is equal to 3, right, then d divided by dx is equal to 3 divided by 3x, which is just equal to 1 divided by x. I don't know what the problem with this is. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, I would say. And dx squared divided by dx equals squared. Yeah, it's a real thing. Same way, a squared plus a cubed is equal to, well, you take this way because it doesn't matter, combine them, is equal to x to 5th, because you just add these two. Math is simple, I know what you are struggling with. I mean, there's some social... Wait, what? Anyways, make it dx divided by dy is not equal to integrals. Why not? J3, we've been over this so many times. You keep bringing it up again and again and again. I just don't understand why. Give me an argument, J3. Stop just saying that it's not. Just give me an argument. It's not, I can prove it. Go ahead, floor is yours. I don't deserve... Oh no, ah shit, come on. Don't go that down route like, oh, I'm too young, something. Did I not save a single one which actually had the greens? Oh, cool, that's great, that's fantastic, it's lovely, it's amazing. 6 would be the last one. Oh no, I just turned them off from the render as well. Good. That's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good news. There we go. Now we need the whole energy of the ball, which is this one. We need this to go to 10. Makey, what is your dream? To become a space captain. Dream big or go home. I want to have my own... Actually, you know what? A time captain would be even better. Dream big or go home. I believe I should listen to this. Green one. What's the green one set to? 100. That's a bit high. How about 2 for now? The energy of the ball, which is yellow, yes. So 30. Wait, didn't I render the additionals? My dream used to be big, now he's not. See, that's a high-class humor. Space captain, something. Can I join? Hell yeah! Well, time captain would be preferable. I do prefer time over space in my top 5 list of 5 favorite things. I do have, you know, time, life, space. So space is 2 spots lower than time, but I can settle for time. I can settle for space. I can settle for space. Time is the best, but basically a Doctor Strange was better. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I've already shared this on streams before. Like, as a kid, I really wanted to be a wizard. And then when I started, you know, researching science, I realized that, holy shit, that's not actually an impossible dream. Science, you know, science effectively gives you the same thing as being a wizard. I said that's negative or additional or something. plus. I saved these as plus. Oh, yeah, we need plus more. Okay, so we need plus 3 as this one. Then... I think Dream is bigger than that. Let Gen Z cook. Surely we'll fly out space in 2030. I hope so. I don't want to stay here. Jesus Christ. AIs and whatnot. Too much existential dread. My dream. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. That's what a comment. Science says, my dream is to be dominated by Daniel Thrasher while screaming the whole human metabolic pathway. That is quite. That's quite a dream. Make it. Would you let Elon Musk blast you onto Mars? I don't want to switch a planet. I don't want to just go to another planet. I want a spaceship that's big enough to actually be useful. A sort of generalized spaceship on which I can just hop from planet to planet each time, just, you know, getting stuff that would fit in the ship. Stuff like these. I don't want to just switch planets. Besides, it's Elon Musk. He's gonna send me onto a planet that then it's gonna be neoliberal capitalism all over again. That's what I don't want. Oh wait, was the... Oh damn it, this one was wrong the entire time, wasn't it? Damn it. It's supposed to be 2. Okay, so we need this one to back to 2. This one to 30. Sustainable. Yeah. I don't mean just sustainable. I mean like generalized. As in a spaceship that's big enough to do actually any general task. Like you would have to modify it from time to time, but you know, theoretically you could do anything. That's what I want. Face reveals God gives a grinning a mind and lost entire audience. Who hasn't these days? That's why I'll never face reveal. Because that's the next step. You face reveal, and then the pedophilia allegations come in. That's what. No. I'd rather stay on the first step. Okay, I don't want to move on to the next one. Make it. Would you want trees on your spaceship? I don't know. I feel like I would just stick to technology more. I mean, probably some plans for decoration for the crew, but I myself am not too hot on this whole, you know, living things bit. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me, craved the same. I took it personally, I'm from Kepler B22. You don't have to, I think you look like Boyko. Who is Boyko? You just like... Oh, that he just like me for real. Wow, you actually spot on. That's exactly what I look like. What GPU do you have? I believe RTX 30... And I don't know, hold on, I don't remember. Let me check. It was an RTX, it was one of the first RTXs. I think it was performance. Why do I have so many drives in? RTX 3060. That's the one. Can't fucking make it. Okay, are we really going to that? Can't we stick to science? We had some pretty good conversations about science. Can't we stick to science? We're going into the very childish kind of conversation. Okay, this should be Oh, that's actually a first frame. I suppose I don't have to render this one. Oh well. I'd rather have photosynthesizing trees on my spaceship than some silly pure O2 chemically produced. Yeah, those chemically produced oxygen. Am I right? Disgusting. I'm all for the. I'm only gonna ingest organic oxygen. Transmute random gas to oxygen. I mean, I wouldn't really go for gas to oxygen, right? I feel like water would be a much better choice. Just all I would need is a lot of water. Or rather, better idea, just store oxygen and every now and then hop onto a planet or an asteroid, mine some ice into oxygen, and there. No problem with oxygen. Any piece in the game you made on YouTube? Who is it? What game? I didn't make a game. I hope I didn't. I hope I remember that. I once had some fun on Unreal Engine when I moved on. That was mostly during like a hypomanic episode. That's why I started. It wasn't a good idea. Who is it that tries to kill you? Oh, you mean Skip? I can't reveal that. I'm still working on. I'm sorry. Oof, that's not what I meant. I'm working on. Well, not really working on the sequel. Only once I get the budget, I'll make a sequel, and so then you'll know. Ooh. Yep. Kind of screwed up my setup a bit. We gotta make it Arch Nemesis before GTA 6. It's so funny because like at this point we got blank before GTA 6. It's kind of lost its punch, you know? Back in the good old days when people used to say before GTA 6, it was funny because it wasn't been released yet, but now that it has been released, it still feels unreal.
Of the ball plus the energy of the ground be the energy of the ball plus the energy of the ground. So this. So this. Plus the ground. Plus the energy of the ground. So this.
There we go. And now we can just do.
Energy of the ball plus the energy of the ground. So this. This is the line which will all
It's just a bit too loud.
kinetic and potential energy on the floor, which means that both its kinetic and potential line
Are you used in so many spots? Why? Negative 13, 12.8. Gonna get more strength. Sorry up. That's true. That's true. Oh, I should work on the website, shouldn't I? I'm a bit swamped at the moment, but soon we might move on to website making streams because I really should fix it. I have to name my entire banker right now, yeah?
second.
Yeah?
This red line right here represents our kinetic energy, so the movement
Okay.
of the mass of the ball, kind of like velocity. And the blue line represents the potential, which means that both its kinetic
I think this should be good enough. Oh boy. The only thing I should make it reverse the parabolic trajectory of me. Why? Like, why? But I remember it's me, not me who's my dad. That's fair then. My taskbar's broken yet again. Make you scared. I don't appreciate where this conversation is going in chat. Not everything has to be so goddamn horny with you, you know. Make you play the link, please. Which you didn't send link.
Kinetic and potential energy is 0. So our total energy of the ball is also 0. So what happened to the energy? Well, it got transferred to the ground, and that's where we find the actual constantness of our energy, and that is the total energy of our system, the green line, which would be the energy of the ball plus the energy of the ground, so this. This is the line which will always be constant, and that's why sometimes you'll hear insulated system in physics. What insulated system basically means is a system in which the total energy stays constant. But hold on, I just said that the ground here has some energy, but what kind of energy? It's certainly not kinetic, since it's not moving, and obviously not gravitational potential, since there is no place for it to fall. It's the ground, it's on the ground, so what energy did this ball movement turn to? Well, this energy turned into thermal energy. What is thermal energy? Well, thermal energy is just the average
insulated, isolated, insulated. That's
movement of molecules.
Energy.
Now to that you might say, hold on,
same difference. Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be kinetic energy? I mean, it sure seems like if we move one of the molecules, it's kinetic energy. So when we move all of them, shouldn't it also be kinetic? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. We just differentiate between them because it's a bit useful, but temperature is just the average movement at molecular scale. We'll get to why it's different than kinetic soon, but let's leave that for later. Next kind of energy.
I say but voice. There we go.
But soon, but let's leave that for
Not a great of a. There we go.
But let's kinetic soon, but let's leave that for later. Next kind of energy is radiant. Radiant means
I just indeed.
Radiant means a radiant.
Why is it all of a sudden like switching? Doesn't seem right, does it?
It's radiant. Radiant. Radiant.
Doesn't seem right at all. There we go.
Radiant means electromagnetic. Radiant means electromagnetic waves, so light. When going
can make that ball on the ground move. Not quite. That's not exactly how energy works. That's kind of the point of this video. There's radium particles. I think it's so yeah. Gotta evacuate by lamppost.
When it comes to light, it's different. So far, both kinetic and thermal energy just mean the movement of stuff. So mass times velocity times velocity. But with light, it's different. Its velocity is constant, so c, and it has no mass. So what is its energy equal to? And that is a phenomenal question with actually a rather simple answer. You see,
that's a pretty funny bit. I like that bit.
So basically, photons, so light, are kind of a particle and kind of a electromagnetic.
Very simple answer. Very simple answer indeed. I wish I could compress it even more without the sound disappearing, but oh well. Guess you get what light gives you.
Light. When it comes to light, it's different. So far, both kinetic and thermal energy just mean the movement of stuff. So mass just mean the movement of stuff. So
We should generate some music for this already, I suppose.
movement of stuff. So mass times velocity. Mass times velocity times velocity. Mass times velocity. But with light, it's different. Its velocity is it's different. Its velocity is constant, so c, and it has no mass. So what is its energy equal to?
There we go. So far, oh my goodness, we actually got 6 minutes of a full edit. Well, except for the intro once again. No, I forgot about the intro. How's this going? A minute per frame. How swell and great and neat and fantastic and lovely and okay, cool. I suppose we should add music then. Music would make it into a full edit, so allow me to open up my new favorite one of my new favorite websites. The music maker thing. My computer would burn if I use cycles to render. Would it still burn if you use it with a graphics card? Because the default for some reason is the CPU, which is a great idea. I don't know why the default is the CPU, but apparently it is. Okay, instrumental, custom. Let's make like a more electric kind of make it theme to use for this. And another button 2, right here with, let's just say guitar, like I have no idea how it sounds right. Yeah, good enough. A bit too, you know. And now maybe like a orchestral, like here brass section maybe. Okay, I do like me a brass section. That's my favorite instrument of FL Studio. I should probably switch the electric and the brass section. What would it sound like if I switch them? Hypothetically. Did I just have it in the wrong spot? What's going on? Like just... No, first of all, this is wrong because this should be... I think I just had it in the wrong spot. Didn't I? Okay, this is way too low. What if I had everything else? Silly. A bit too silly. I really, it's so good. It's still so funny to me because, like, the entire bit of it is that it's supposed to make you sound good. That's it. It's the entire plugin. What if I'm going from up to down in this case? What would up to down sound like? Hold on. It is just straight up too low, but... This one is just wrong. Why is it wrong though? That's why it's wrong. Makes sense. standard and then DFA. What am I screwing up? Standard, which means alright, there we go. That's all I need. Make it background, make it theme the other. Just who cares? There we go. Actually, I can close it, I suppose. Then upload audio, my device, music. Where's music? We do music day. I mean, technically, not really. We're doing a video. That's what we're doing today. And hi, Kanika, by the way. Welcome. Okay. For the first time in a really long time, I've made myself some coffee with sugar, so. It's 9 seconds. Is 9 seconds good enough? Let's see. Let's see if 9 seconds is good enough. Seems like it. Okay. Style of music. Let's see. How are you doing, Dave? Decent, good enough. Let's say. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's vocals on this. There aren't supposed to be vocals on this. I specifically selected instrumental. Not quite what I'm looking for. Suno. I guess I can have it on stream, I suppose. This goes hard in the pirate ship. That's not the kind of pirate ship that I'm running. I mean, it's good, it's just not what I'm looking for. I did select these. I really like to give it a challenge really often because it's more creativity. Let's go for jazz. How about that? But the funk swing, yeah. Yes, but the jazz with a twist, electro swing, basically. Cinematic is tempting. Psychedelic is also tempting, but not quite. That damn solid chunk of uranium we got. Hey, it's no science! Okay, this is fire. I should rechange up the titles a bit. I mean, it seems, but the ending is okay. Not what I'm looking for, definitely. Because what we need is more background. Cinematic. I feel like cinematic might be a problem. But let's try it. I should have entered the title, actually. All of them are going to be titled untitled. To be fair, all of them are make a theme, and I'm just going off the styles. Let's see. This should be basically cinematic electro swing. 5 seconds. Credits refunded. Yeah, it just gave up. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Why credits funded? No, make that. That's good. That's what I'm looking for. Ah, there's the. It's like cotton candy. Since says he blew up 4 labs, so not gonna let him that shit. Okay. Yeah, hell yeah, okay. Oh no, it gave up again. I like the fact they refund you credits though. Because if that took me credits for 5 seconds, I'd be pretty upset. It's not quite make it teamy as make team is like it to be. Probably because I think I may know the reason. Is that broken again? Stream, yes. As one of the stars wouldn't make it. No, that's just gonna confuse the AI. That's not quite what I'm looking for. Oh! Yeah? Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. Never mind. I'm sold on this. Yeah, just give me download MP3. This one's good. This one's really good. Yeah, so we was running from the lab for a week, the explosion we just created. Oh, it's good that we are alone with format radio so everyone is safe except us. Are you more into instrumental music or lyrical? For videos, I need instrumental, because it's background music, obviously. But I love singing. I absolutely adore singing. Singing is great. Okay, this is good. This really is good. It's 4 minutes long. We might use this in this video. But right here, we're going to upload new audio from my device. And it's going to be, yes, hold on. I need to find it first. In the mess that I made. Audio theme again. That's the one. There we go. Make it music channel when. I'm not gonna make music. I'm just AI generating music. That's it. Well, from now on, this is actually going to be the first video. Like so far I've been using Soda Guy's music, and from now on I'm just going to be AI generating music. I'm not good at making music. I'm not. There we go. It has a skull on it. No, never mind. There we go. Yeah, that's what we want to extend. Yes. Jazz, funk, swing, electro, cinematic. Anything else we like? Orchestral, tempting. Let's go for it. Are you into rap? I'm into everything. I do like rap. I suppose Stipendium is rap, so I guess I love rap. Hence AI is inversely proportional to make it. Listen, no flows found in that equation. That is a correct equation. Alright, let's see what it can cook up. I'm curious. The reason why this is great, in my opinion, is that in the future, if I will end up with a spaceship, you know, if someone breaks into my spaceship, and if we're gonna have an awesome battle, we can have an AI generate a music specifically for that battle, you know, for it to flow. That's too far. That's not quite what I'm looking for. But you can see the more I extend this, the more makey it gets, because the more... Okay, that's more like it. This is a bit too much. Making music is more relaxed. I don't have music! I mean, now I have music because of this. You know, too much? Fine. Let's do calm. Smooth. Swing. Certainly. Yeah, I like swing. Catchy. Background. Let's go this way then. Me, even though I'm trying to fight, but yeah, I keep generating romantic music. But can you imagine how cool that would be? That music on demand. We basically have background music. That'd be just cool. Lead down for making music. Wait, what? Partner with AI change the equation of... I just can't stress enough how I have not made almost any music up to this point. It really insists on the beat being in the... This one's maybe. Sounds exactly the same so far, okay. So we had what, this one? Did I download this again? Alright, now. Yeah, this time this was too much, isn't it? I can't tell what's... probably the Kachi is screwing it up, isn't it? I think the Kachi is just... What happens if I just do make a theme except Kachi? What happens then? No, this is the other one. What happens if I do the Soda's make a theme like the other theme again? You're assuming they are figuring out how to pour the damn low pressure down the flask. No, I think the Kachi is screwing up. Okay, what if I just do this, except... What's gospel? What would fit in with this, actually? That's a good question. The first chapter. What would fit for the first chapter?
Energy is hard to define, but we all have a pretty good feel for what it is. So for now we can say that it's just the capacity for doing work and a conserved quantity. So if we had a ball, for example, moving forward and hits another ball, all of this energy will get transferred.
Let's do a guess. How about... More aggressive. Synth, electro, synthwave. For a bit of jazz. At some point I'm gonna run out of credits. I'm gonna be pissed at myself, but putting Russian hard, but no, it does cost me credits. I'm not generating it for free, you know. I do have a lot of songs left, but a lot of doesn't mean an infinite amount, so... No, not quite. Synthwave. I stood up with synthwave. And synth. How about cinematic jazz? I'm curious. Cinematic, epic, all the whole thing. Anime, tempting. Orchestral, yeah. Epic Sigma Alpha edit. This really is like it. Hold on. Let me get my downloads and move it into the... where's the AI? Where's the AI music? That's where this... There we go. This one. Will be... Jazz Kit 3. This one's the same one, correct? Yeah, okay. Oh, Me like you already. Okay, it has trouble starting. It has a lot of trouble starting, but... Kind of what kind of music you're making right now? Counterintuitively, this is supposed to be for the background of the video. So, this is some really good background music. The problem is... This is too good for the video. Okay, the other one generated fully, so... What a switch, okay. 50-second edge intro until the making music plays. Yeah, this one really took a really long time to start, but I mean... Oh boy, I hear screams by... Lamppost, be careful, please. Oh my goodness. Okay, this one isn't too bad, actually. This might work. What's it gonna be? Cinematic jazz make it, I suppose. we're gonna have a cinematic jazz kit. First one. And now what I would like to see is, oh my goodness, my taskbar broke again. Festive, give me a second, I have to fix it yet again. Also could turn off some of these things in the background. Why do I have so many things turned on in the background? Okay. There we go. Now, we have this, and now cinematic jazz kit, which is this. Let's see if it fits.
There's a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy? What even is energy? So first things first.
That's actually surprisingly silly. Okay, just out of curiosity, what happens if we do cinematic jazz? Not with this one, only with... No. What if this becomes cinematic jazz? Because that could fit better.
Light, heat, charge, movement. All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy? So first...
No, not really. Kinda not great. The other one is decent, if not for the fact that it's really just 50 seconds of edging. Okay, how about this one? You can hear the make it in the background, and I dig it. Dude, that in what universe? I mean, cinematic, epic, orchestral, yeah, I heard those, but in one universe is jazz. Ridiculous. There, much better. I like this. I like it a lot. You like it? Yeah. Okay. Alright. I think the problem is we didn't specify enough of these. Apart from that, just more of course, like... Do one rock, no. One more classical. Piano, yes. No, not quite country, not dubstep, definitely. Guitar, I like it. Female singer, no. Maybe epic won't really fit in either. Oh well. That's the theme version of Ragnar. This is like trying to find the secret recipe, the Krabby Patty formula. I mean, not quite. We're not going for Krabby Patty. We're going for McDonald's burgers, right? So. Okay, classical's now too heavy because that's the only kind of style we specified. The genre. We have 20 seconds for the intro, so this is really too long. So everything I don't taste a real crap out burger. Hi there, Shavansa. Welcome. Okay, this is really good. I really do like it, but not what we're looking for. Is there no delay on stream or pre-recorded stream? Yeah, this entire live stream is pre-recorded actually. I just expect all the answers before I do it. No, this is also not what we're looking for at all. I mean, I could use the theme from Theft, I suppose. I suppose I could use that. Which is this one. Nope, that's the old one from Theft. That's the new one from Theft. Theme 4. How did Theft generate this on the first try? That's impressive. I don't know what Theft included in there, but okay, I'm pretty certain we didn't add any sound effects on the third line. I think that was the rule. But we, just in case, we're gonna do the music on the fourth one. Simple paramedic equalizer, down.
Light, heat, charge, movement. All of these things are
Long before time had an aim.
yet we use a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy? So first things first. What
This is a bit too quick of a switch, but to be fair, it's going to take me hours before we get the music just right. Because we would need something that's exactly like, I don't know, 18 seconds in setup, and then which resolves in 4 seconds, which is doable.
So first things first, what is energy? Well, energy is hard to define.
Too epic, too epic. Way too grand, way too epic. Okay, so we shouldn't... Let's try it again, except this time without an epic, without cinematic. Just... Or maybe orchestral, maybe classical, maybe piano, maybe guitar, maybe not. How about... orchestral... Rock is tempting, but I'm scared it will go too high. So let's counter rock with classical. This is gonna be a masterpiece if I'm starting with rock and classical already. Let's do... I don't want to go for epic because epic will mean that it will... The setup will be extremely long. Not quite what I want. Piano to make it match the theme. Then... Well, guitar. It sounds good. It just straight up sounds good. Mellow, melancholic, no. Drum, too much. This. Try it. Too much. Way too much. Okay, let's try this one. Ooh, already I can tell. It's gonna take 5 minutes before we get to the actual meets and play-throughs. Yes, meets plural. No. Already no. No. AI reloads the urgency. No, it is a way to make epic music. When you're making epic music, then that is how you do it. You just, you know, like, the first minute is the setup. Is that this is... And then it rises up. That's epic cinematic music. Why am I specifying cinematic then, I suppose? That's pretty silly of me. That's wrong. Orchestral. Classical piano guitar. Let's do just... I mean, it's good music, if anything. Let's try violin instead of guitar. I'm curious. Not electric guitar, no, not quite what we're looking for. Okay, so this one should be I mean, I do want these. I want these. I'm gonna download them. This is the extreme one. What's the music for, Make It? The music is for a video. Did we save this? I think we did. I'm pretty certain we did. Or maybe we didn't. Okay, so all of these will be cinematic. Now let's see the background. They plan taking a Sanka's sledgehammer from molten iron. Left that hot rain like it's child's play. Okay, it went too far then. I mean, I guess I can check if I have some music for it. I guess this one might as well check. What's this? Okay, so this one's too much. Or is it actually? This one might be perfect. Let's see.
Light. Heat.
Okay, so it starts right here.
Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy? So first things first. What is energy?
It's not perfect because my intro sucks. That's why. That's why it's not perfect.
Well, energy is hard to define, but we all have a pretty good feel for what it is. So for now we can say that it's just the capacity for doing work and a conserved quantity. Light, heat, charge, movement. All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy? So first things first, what is energy? Well, energy is hard to define, but we all have a pretty good feel for what it is. So for now we can say that it's just the capacity for doing work and a conserved quantity. So if we had a ball...
This would be a much better beginning the video. The problem is, in order to actually get that beginning the video, it's...
Light, heat, charge,
wouldn't be easy.
movement. All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy? So first things first, what is...
No, they want to make bromide. I think I should leave if I want to live. I think we need a supervisor here. I mean, probably, yeah.
So first things first, what is energy?
I mean, this fits.
Well, energy is hard to define, but we all have a pretty good feel for what it is. So for now we can say that it's just the capacity for doing work and a conserved quantity. So if we had a ball, for example, moving forward and hits another ball, all of this energy will get transferred. That's kinetic.
What if I just use the theme 2 for this one, actually? Still too large.
Light.
All of them are too big. All of them are too big.
Charge.
The way AI music is made, nothing is gonna hit. Okay. I have this one. Which I really like, actually. This one's really good. Hold on, give me a second. I'm just going to. There we go. There we go. I'm thinking what to do for the intro. Welcome back, Krish. Welcome. It's making music. Making music is a bit... Well, that's one way to put it. Not the accurate, in my opinion. I'm generating music. We need something that after 20 seconds... That's supposed to be fancy. We need something that after 20 seconds just turns. Come back tomorrow, supervisor. I'm gonna watch the stream in the car. We're back, alright, the numbers. Try auto seems like it may fit. I think I just don't have any music for the intro. Boy. Intro. And just do it. Intro music. Intro music. How? Nice background music while I procrastinate. Yeah. Intro. What kind of intro though? Just can you figure it out? I'm using 10 tokens for this. 12 tokens. I mean, we are generating, I mean, rendering in the background, so that's nice. It's like, you're in check home. Security refused. Brusad. Backride radiators with this one. Lampów, please be careful. One of your people isn't returning the next day. Yeah. I may have another idea for it then. And right here I could actually cut this as a bit, that would be pretty funny.
We'll have a pretty good feel for what it is. So for now we can say that is just the capacity for doing work and hard to define, but we all have a pretty good feel for what.
I just don't know how to transition from the intro
Light, heat,
to this.
charge, movement.
Maybe with an end of an... Oh, I could do a full loop. Wait, I could do a full loop. That's a decent idea, actually. Where's my... This is cinematic jazz. No. No. Not quite. They're trying to penetrate with magnesium. They went through mood swings. Okay, so yeah. Go before passing out. Hold on. I'm still trying to have this fit, by the way. Still stuck on the same thing. I take this.
Importantly, what even is energy? What even
And cut it right here.
is energy? So first things first.
Well, now this is a bit too sudden, isn't it? But fortunately, we can just go with another
So first
mission.
things first. What is light, heat, charge, movement? All of these things are completely different, and
think I
yet
found it.
we use a single light, heat, charge, movement. All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy?
And right here is gonna switch with an animation, then
So first things first, what is energy? Well, energy is hard to define, but we all have a pretty good feel for what it is. So for now we can say that is just the capacity for doing work and a conserved quantity. So if we had a ball, for example, moving forward and hits another ball, all of this energy will get transferred. That's
I like this a lot.
kinetic
Okay, so far this
and it basically
video is pretty
means
decent.
movement times mass. Since energy is conserved, there isn't actually a way for us to lose this energy, and that's why it got transferred when our balls hit, because energy can't just disappear. Another kind of energy is potential. So if we take our ball again and move it up this time, the gravity wants to pull it down. We call it potential because the isn't really any physical representation for it. I mean, the ball isn't heavier, isn't
Please, I want to
glowing,
say
isn't
flames.
moving
Oh yeah, I
faster
forgot you
or
were a red
faster,
flag,
it's
weren't
just
you?
there.
If you
Chilling.
behave yourself.
But if we let it go, it falls. That's potential energy. It doesn't always have to be height. Potential just means potential to release energy. If you were to graph the amount of kinetic energy,
Rules like you have to promise that you'll
you would
behave
see
yourself.
that it's disappearing. And then when we release the ball, the energy is reappearing. But this doesn't actually track our definition, since we said energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's a conserved quantity. So that's why we made up potential energy. We just say that instead of our kinetic energy disappearing and reappearing, it's getting converted into potential energy. So if we add another line, summing both energies together, it will always stay constant. Which means that the more energy we, in quotes, lose right here, the more we'll gain right here. So the lower this drops, the higher this
Now
gets.
this probably won't fit.
And so let's just
That's the problem
recap
though.
for a second. This red line right here represents our kinetic energy, so the movement of the mass of the ball. Kind of like velocity. Actually, in this case it will be proportional to velocity. And the blue line represents the potential energy. In this case, the energy that can be released by gravity, so the height. Got it? Red line is the velocity, blue line is the height. I'll let the height. Got it? Red line is the velocity, blue line is the height. I'll let this animation go in the background for a second. Now both of them summed up give us the total energy, which is always constant. Except it isn't. And based on what I described, it really seems weird. Except it isn't. And based on what I described, it really seems weird. I mean, in what possible scenario would this line not be constant? No, really, this is a genuine question. Pause for a second and see if you can answer it. There. Got it? Well, the answer is pretty simple. And the animation was a bit of a hint in itself, because at the end of it, our ball is stationary and on the floor, which means that both its kinetic and potential energy is zero. So our total energy of the ball is also zero. So what happened to the energy? Well, it got transferred to the ground, and that's where we find the actual constantness of our energy, and that is the total energy of our system, the green line, which would be the energy of the ball.
Yep, it would be the
plus
total
the
energy
of the
plus
ground,
this. Well, count as uranium.
This is the line
It tastes a
which will
little
always
metal.
be constant, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
like the
sometimes
iron
you'll
or steel
hear
metallic
insulated
taste.
system
I mean, it's not that surprising, I
insulated
suppose.
system basically means is a
Isn't
system
it technically
in
a
which the
metal?
total energy
Oh, no,
stays
isn't it the
constant.
other one?
But hold on, I just said that the ground here has some energy, but what kind of energy? It's certainly not kinetic, since it's not moving, and obviously not gravitational potential, since there is no place for it to fall. It's the ground, it's on the ground, so what energy did this ball movement constant? But hold on, I just said that the ground here has some energy, but what kind of energy? It's certainly not kinetic, since it's not moving, and obviously not gravitational potential, since there is no place for it to fall. It's the ground, it's on the ground, so
You say the more it
what
makes you wait
energy
longer.
did this
I
ball
mean,
movement tend to? Well,
it
this
was going to
energy
be
turned into
temporary.
Thermal energy. What is thermal energy? Well, thermal energy is just the
Megan,
average
I love you.
movement
Watch
of
yourself, Krish. Remember, I can remove you the access again. So I suggest you watch yourself this time.
molecules. Now to that you might say, hold on now, make it. Wouldn't that just be kinetic energy?
Oh, over here I forgot to do
Say,
the full edit.
hold on now, make it.
I forgot about the... where is it? I forgot to add the intern. Thank you, Megan, I love you. Watch yourself. This time, if you do something odd, I will take it away for a week. Like fizzing my tongue was just metal. Yeah, what you have to remember is that taste is how taste works. So basically, taste evolved over time to detect different things. And when it comes to radiation and radioactive things in general, there wasn't really much of an incentive for us to eat it, just like with copper or, you know, whatever other metal. So toxic things taste bad. Things which feel or are similar to toxic things taste bad, and metals and all the things we're not supposed to eat, not because they're bad for us, only because they're not doing anything. So because that they're bad for us, just taste like elements. You know, like copper, iron, uranium, stuff like that. expressive. This one.
Hold on now, make it. Wouldn't that just be kinetic energy? I mean, it sure seems like. Hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. Make it. Wouldn't that just be kinetic? Kinetic energy.
Oh, make it when there's be kinetic energy. That's a phenomenal question, Venom. Wow, that is a phenomenal question. I should really answer it in that video. That's what a question. Do any of you want me to hide a secret in this video? By the way, that only people who have seen the live streams would know. Like that would be fun.
Hold on now, make it. Wouldn't that just be kinetic energy? Hold on now, make it. Wouldn't that just be kinetic energy? I mean, it sure seems like if we move one of the molecules, it's kinetic energy. So when we move all of them, shouldn't it also be kinetic? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. We just differentiate between them because it's a bit useful, but temperature is just the average movement at molecular scale. We'll get to why it's different than kinetic soon, but let's leave that for later.
Actually, I'm pretty certain
Next kind of energy is radiant.
some thermal energies are
Radiant means
just potential, but
electromagnetic waves.
some energies are potential, I'm pretty certain, but that's close enough for this actually.
Useful, but temperature is just the average movement at molecular scale. We'll get to why it's different than kinetic soon, but let's leave that for later. Next kind of energy is radiant. Radiant means electromagnetic waves, so light. When it comes to light, it's different. So far, both kinetic and thermal
This
energy
music
just
is such a
mean the
jam.
movement of stuff. So
It's so
mass
great.
times velocity.
Bum,
But
bum,
with
ba, ba,
light,
bum,
it's different.
ba, ba,
Its
bum,
velocity is constant,
bum,
so
ba, ba,
c,
bum,
and it has
bum,
no
bum.
mass. So
I think the reason
what
he red flagged me because I
is
typed a lot.
its energy
It's
equal
because
to?
you
And that
used to
is
spam a lot,
phenomenal
but now we have a
question
spam
with actually
channel,
a
so
rather
you know.
simple answer. You see,
Okay, over here I don't want music.
okay, so basically, photons, so light, are kind of a particle and kind of a wave. So the energy would actually be proportional to its wavelength. That's where we get the light
Yeah.
spectrum. And something not many people realize about the light spectrum is that it's measured in meters. So its wavelength is really just the length of a wave. It's just length. Which means that wavelength of 10 picometers would be gamma rays. Wavelength of 100 meters would be radio waves. So the longer the wavelength, the lower the energy. So this photon has a lot of energy, and this one, not
Let's add let's think these again.
energy. So this photon has a lot of energy, and this one, not a lot. That's trick. So electrons, and this photon,
Hmm.
this photon has a lot of energy, and this one, not a lot. That's
Oh, one frame too late. There we go.
That's radiant energy, but photons aren't the only elementary particles that can act as energy carriers.
You and
There's
length is
also
the length of a
electrons,
wave.
so
Yeah.
electrons, and with
I mean, there are some people who don't realize it's literal length, right? It's literal, just like meters. Just like you can measure it with a ruler if you want.
electrons, it's the exact
find
same
pretty fun.
thing as kinetic.
Because it is pretty funny. You can just like measure this quantum thing with a ruler, technically.
Again, just movement of the exact same thing as kinetic. Electrons, it's the exact same thing as kinetic. Again, just movement of something. In this case, in this case, electrons. But with electricity, it's a bit different because all those electrons are negatively charged, so they repel each other.
Boy,
which is different
20%
from
of the video
standard
done.
matter, which
How are we
comes together
feeling?
due to gravity, but that's kind of it. And I've already made too many videos about electricity and electrons, so
Well,
let's
I
move on
haven't
to the
yet.
last one,
There's
which
still
is-
more.
And chemical energy, which basically just means the bond. So carbon dioxide, for example. Carbon dioxide molecule has a single carbon atom and two oxygen atoms bonded together, but
Uh-huh. Yep, a single carbon and two oxygens, indeed.
carbon dioxide molecule has a single carbon atom and two oxygen atoms bonded together. But what is oxygen atoms bonded together? But what is keeping them bonded together? What force is holding them close and not allowing them to drift? Well, this is a
Well,
bit
p-n junction.
counterintuitive
Oh, I've
because
been there
there is
before.
no force
I mean, wait, p-n junction, that's not a semiconductor, is it? Isn't that diode?
actually keeping them together. Instead, you need energy to break them apart. Imagine like this, you have a ball floating in space. Here I'll just add an axis for reference. Now if someone were to imagine like this, you have a ball floating in space. It's actually keeping them together. Instead, you need energy to break them apart.
I just got a motivational ad that said you're gonna make it. To P on and P. Oh, this is giving me PTSD from back when I did the research on that. This was great. Oh, it rendered. How swell. Do I want to keep it poly, low poly? Yeah, fine, good enough. What's next then?
Imagine like this, you have a ball floating in space. Here I'll just add an axis for reference. Now if someone were to ask you a question, what is keeping this ball in place, how would you answer? Well, you'd probably say no force, because there really isn't any. What is keeping this ball in place, how would you answer? Well, you'd probably say no force, because
Nothing.
there
I
really
should say
isn't
nothing.
anything holding it in place. Instead, you need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms. There's nothing really holding them together. It's just bonded atoms. There's
I wonder if I can just Frankenstein it a bit. That'd be fun if I can. Let's see.
nothing.
Let's see if I can Frankenstein it.
Force, because probably say
Right here.
no force, no force.
I'm curious.
Say nothing because there nothing because nothing because say nothing because
I can make it. I can Frankenstein it. I believe in myself. Crossfade, constant gain. The accent. No.
nothing because
Hmm.
because well you'd probably say nothing because there
Right here we need the. Go down, which means some. pretty what guess. Okay. There's just flying guy. The page certainly is the issue.
Because nothing.
I could just re-record it, but I at this point it's more about what I want to do with it than.
Nothing. Because
Yeah, we're getting there.
nothing. Because there really isn't anything holding it in place. Instead, you need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms. There's nothing really holding them together. It's just that you need energy to break them apart. And with that explanation, we can finally get to switching energy. Like...
You're really pushing that Drake reference hard, Lamppost. Can I have permission to make sticker of your channel logo? Madluku, my laptop. Of course you have permission. You want the file? I can send you the full quality file if you want.
How are we already on 9 minutes?
Well, now 7. That's precisely what I meant, by the way, when I recorded this. Like, yeah, originally it was 35 minutes. Now we're at 31. Audio just tends to evaporate over time. Like that.
Because
It's on Discord. Or I can just do it on stream if you want. I can just open up the logo full screen on stream if you'd like to take a screenshot. Done. It's right. Boy, where is it? It's this one. There we go. Hold on. The the American makers in the way. Or if you are on Discord, I can send it on Discord. I can send it on the Checkup's channel. Child Checkup is general and full quality maker logo. Sick. Alright. Now we do what now? That's actually a pretty good question because we actually went past the animations. Oh yeah.
break them apart. Imagine like this. You have
Past the full edit of every single animation we have, which is 7 minutes so far.
Imagine like this. You have a ball floating in space. Here I'll just add an axis for reference. Now if someone were to ask you a question, what is keeping this ball in place, how would you answer? Well, you'd probably say nothing, because there really isn't anything holding it in.
What am I doing? I can just...
Would you answer? Well, you'd probably say, because keeping this ball in place, how would you answer?
Well, you probably say nothing.
Because the...
Duh. I keep forgetting that I don't have to switch microphones now because I'm also streaming on this.
Well, you probably say nothing, because the... How would you answer? Well, you probably say nothing, because there really isn't...
7.3? Why is that the gain? That's so high.
Well, you probably say nothing, because there really isn't anything holding it in place. Instead, you need force to move it.
Where's the gun in the American Made character? How many people are going to ask me that? It's right there. There's two of them. There's a shotgun and a handgun. I know it's not visible, but because there wasn't really a nice place to put. Oh, come on. I already have a hot dog.
And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms. There really isn't anything holding it in place. Instead, you need...
Alright, so now for this one, we're gonna have it saved as 14, and then delete everything. And I mean everything that we do not need. So plain doom doom doo doo doom doom doo doo doom doom doo doo doom doo doom doo doom doom doo doo doom doom doo doo doom. Oops. I should have done that at the very beginning. Good enough. Because there should be billions of taxpayers' dollars going towards the Navy just testing out insanely expensive weaponry. Weapons in general. Public healthcare, we can't afford that. We need to spend $1 trillion a year funding our military. Fun fact, yeah, America at this point is spending from $700 billion to $1 trillion a year on the military. If you think that's a lot, you're right, that is a lot. That's more than... there isn't even in comparison. The second highest, like, country in the world which spends as much on military isn't even close. Let's parent this, and let's right here do 0, 0, 0, and then but we're not getting political, not on this stream. This body frame. Here we go. And now this glowing with now we're rendering this without the volume or without any of this fancy stuff, so this should be quicker. Without nothing fancy. Let's see. Yeah. 5 seconds a frame. That's really quick. The greenest country on earth. Technically. Dum 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 dum. Alright, let's see. We're almost at 10 minutes actually. 10 minutes of a full edit. Jeez, that'll be 1/3. Cool.
Need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms. There's nothing really holding them together. It's just that you need energy to break them apart. And with that explanation, we can finally get to switching energy. Like, how are we already on 9 minutes? Like 2 minutes of it will be wasted, so we're at around... We can finally get to switching energy.
What is the ending of this?
Like, How are you? How are you?
Okay, the ending isn't great of this, so we might need another. We might need another song for this. One that ends a bit better. Not just the one. Okay, this isn't great for ending songs. That's a great ending. That's a phenomenal ending. Okay.
We're already on 9 minutes. Like 2 minutes of it will be wasted. So nothing because
Yeah, but, look at the make it prediction.
how are you? How are we already on 9 minutes? Like 2 minutes of it will be wasted. So
Yeah, it shrunk from 9 to 7. Yeah, 2 minutes were wasted. That's correct. I'm good at this. I know my video making process.
in this case, electrons. But with electricity, it's a bit different because all those electrons are, again, just movement of something. In this case, electrons. Just movement of something. In this case, electrons. But with electricity, it's a bit different because all those electrons are negatively charged. So an atom and two pieces. Here I'll just add an axis for reference. Now if someone were to ask you a question, what is keeping this ball in place, how would you answer? Well, you probably say nothing, because there really isn't anything holding it in place. Instead, you need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms. There's nothing really.
You know what, with this one, I'd just rather do one thing, which is copy the ball. Well, first of all, switch the movements to one frame back, then copy the ball. For this one, remove the movement completely. So, clear keyframes, clear keyframes, clear keyframes. And then the problem is going to be overlapping. No, it's not anymore. A little bit. Move this back. There we go. How long is this run gonna take? Should be also around 5 seconds. It is 1 second longer. That's good enough.
There really isn't anything holding it in place. Instead, you need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms. There's nothing really holding them
First
together.
10
It's just that
minutes.
you need
Well, first
energy
7 minutes of them.
to break them apart. And with that explanation, we can finally get to switching energy. Like...
One second, I clicked it way too soon.
How are we already on 9 minutes? Like 2 minutes of it will be wasted, so we're at around 7 minutes deep in the video. That's really deep. And we can finally get to switching energy. Like, how energy? Like, again, just movement of something. In this case, electrons. It's just that you need energy to break them apart. We can finally get to switching energy. Like,
And here's the start of the next chapter, which is...
electrolysis, so turning electrical energy to chemical.
Man, can you make a video for understanding black holes? I know, but I want to see your perspective on it. But what do you mean understanding black holes? Because I do believe the general understanding of most people seems fine enough. Unless you want me to throw in the relativity stuff, but no, they throw in the relativity stuff, I'll have to, learn relativity. which is quite light, I would say. Make it. Have you ever played Geometry Dash? When it came out? In a bit. But not really. Actually, did I play it when it came out? When did it come out, actually? ...2013, yeah, so I played a bit when it came out. We have done a splendid job so far.
Well, you
I should
probably
make
say
videos on stream
nothing,
more often.
because there really isn't anything holding it in place. Instead, you need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms.
I can't
There's
stress enough how
nothing
this... Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm allergic to walk. And now we finished so much that I'm just... Oof. I really can't stress enough just how this is redone. That's a full edit. That's it. From now on, all we need to do is just finish the other 2/3, and then... And the intro, I guess. I keep forgetting about the intro.
light, heat, charge, movement. All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy?
How big should the sticker be? Oh, I'm not the man you want to talk about. You know, you want to talk about when it comes to what size. You know, when it comes to size, I don't think size matters, honestly. I don't think size is something we should worry about. Make it, does a straw have 1 or 2 holes? You mean like mathematically, or you mean like psychologically? Mathematically it has 1, psychologically it has 2. Best Makey. Thank you, Lamppost. Size doesn't matter. Don't change my quotes.
Touch, movement, light.
Okay, so we finished this render, correct? Yeah, sick. Alright, now 133 to how long?
All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that? Why would
130. Okay. So this way, and then what we do is we duplicate the camera and have this one go in right here. Hi there, Ompandi. Welcome. Okay, now it breaks a bit because of the background, so we might need to resize the background. Sorry, yeah, this one. Wait, what were you going? Oh yeah, okay, that's the right one, never mind. World, yes. Then we want to go for 133. And right here, rescale the universe a bit. That's the wrong one, it's Y. No, that's location. I'm an idiot. This one. Correct.
all these things are completely
And I feel like we should also give it back some of its saturation over the span of this thing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so 154. So saturation will be 0, and then right 400. I feel like saturation should be 1.
We use a single term called
Make it why psychologically? Well, that's because, you know, the way we learn to about holes is not the same way as topologically you'd think about holes. So for example, when you have a jar, most people would say it has a hole. So our holes are more for use cases. According to your definition, I have one continuous hole. No. Hold on, give me a second. I got the job. I got the job. More money. I like money. All right. Definition: I have one continuous hole. What? One hole is correct. I just read this like that answer, so I argue it anyway. That's why I said it. You know, mathematically or psychologically. That's because mathematically it has only one hole because the hole topologically is defined as a thing that goes through. That's an oversimplified definition good enough. But psychologically, it's more about the usage. So we don't really care if a hole has an opening on the other side. Like if there is a hole in a ship, right? We don't then. You would think that the ship be like an interior, but the reason why we think of it as hole still is fine. I can do it in Blender, I guess. Mathematically, when you have a jar, it would look something like this. When you have a jar, then mathematically it has only one hole. Now, mathematically it doesn't have a hole. The reason why is because you can deform it to get a cylinder back, which doesn't have a hole. But psychologically it does have a hole because when we're thinking about holes, we think only about this section, the section that actually has a hole. We think about it as like in two parts. So a jar for a human has a hole because that's the hole you put stuff in. But you only think of it as like a hole in a surface, not as a mathematical topological hole. That's why I said that straw has only one hole psychologically. I mean, two holes psychologically on each end, but one hole topologically. If the makes it to China, will Wood White say, "Wow, this one continuous hole," or will he think there's two holes, one US and one hole in China? That's what I mean. Depends on how you look at it, because then, you know, topologically it would be a single hole. But if there existed such a hole, then you know, Chinese people would call it the Chinese ending, or actually not. No, actually it doesn't matter who. Just we would just call it the Chinese hole and the American hole. That's what we would call it, two different holes. And a single tunnel connecting them. Because for convenience and labeling's sake. Alright, now what we need is... like from human perspective, you know, you would have a different hole. Okay, there we go. Switch this up to new material, emission 7, energy
energy to single term called energy to describe them all. Why is that?
Should we go to the arsenal?
All of these things.
Let's do it as linear.
All of these things are completely different, and yet we use this single called energy to describe them all. Why is that? All of these things are completely different. Why is that? Why is that? All of these things.
Good enough. There we go. I think it's all dependent upon their perspective and understanding the same word like whole. Precisely. Like the same way you have the mathematical cube and you have the psychological cube. So a mathematical cube has to be an exact cube. Or I feel like square would be an easy example. You have a mathematical square and then you have a psychological square. And a psychological square doesn't have to be a perfect square in order for us to still call it a square. It could be rectangle-ish and we would still call it a square. It could have edges which are all funky and wobbly and we would still call it a square. But mathematics is more about, like exact definitions. It's useful. That's why it would be different there. Topologically, a mag doesn't have a hole and nothing is numb. That's precisely what I mean, right? That's precisely exactly what I mean. The reason why you think it's dumb is because you think of a hole in terms of like psychological terms. So basically, as a utility. So the reason why mag for you has a hole is because that's what you're... Because... Whoa, am I having a stroke? Hold on. Oh, I could be poisoning myself. There's a couple of things in this room which could be leaking. The reason why you think that mug has a hole is pretty simple. That's because that's where you pour your coffee in, for example, right? You think about it in a utilitarian perspective. From a utilitarian perspective, for you, the hole in the mug is the thing you pour coffee in. If there was someone who doesn't understand how mugs work, you could tell them, you pour coffee into the hole and they will get it. That's because it's like a psychological reasoning. So basically, we think of the top part of the mug as different from the bottom part of the mug. I really feel like I'm having a stroke. Something is wrong with me right now. I need air. Oh well, after the stream is done, I can get some air. Now, how's this animation doing? Entrance. Think about the straw. There's two entrances. It means in terms of... I'm planning to make a video about this whole conundrum. Hey guy, I'm so sorry, but you're too late. You're like a couple of years too late. Like a couple of years. Like a... No, wait, it was how many holes? Holes. The... 4 years ago? This video was uploaded 4 years ago? There is no way. There's no way in the universe. Oh, wait, but... Wait, 4 years ago? I could have sworn it was around the same time as fixed points. Or super tasks. That's... Obanak taski. That was 4 years ago, it's insane! Hey Maker, do you render with cycles? Just asking. Yes, I do render with cycles. It looks better. I mean, no. It's hard to argue with results. Look at this. That was like 8 years ago. That is crazy. Is that the entrance that is in the opening? Say 1. I would say it doesn't have to be an entrance. It could be like a hole, but a different part of the object. Also tracks. Okay, how are we looking now? 65.
Anything holding it in place. Instead, you need force to move it. And that's what's happening with our bonded atoms.
We will revise on the chemical energy later on too, but
there's nothing really holding them together. It's just that you need energy to break them apart. And with that explanation, we can finally get to switching energy.
But either way, if there's a hole, there's a goal.
Electrolysis, so turning electrical energy to...
Boy, we're almost 8 minutes in. Why is it taking such a long time to make these videos? Why can't I just make, I don't know, low quality garbage ones? That would be so much easier. Why am I trying? Why am I trying? I spent 2 hours just adding music and audio effects. 2 hours! Look how few of them there are. Pointless. You know what, we can actually also test out the intro, I suppose. While we're at it, might as well. Frames. There we go.
Light, heat, charge, movement. All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single...
Yeah, now we need for to render. Okay, electrolysis.
Electrolysis, so turning electrical
31
energy
hours
to
on
chemical
15-second video.
And this one is...
What? Wait, what? 31 hours on a 15-second? I've never been on this extreme end of a spectrum. The highest density video I've ever done was, I think, Skip. Because if I'm not mistaken, Skip completely has like 15 minutes of video in it. And I spent, well, technically 2 weeks, but practically, I think, on average, 6 hours a week, which means maybe even a bit less, maybe like 5 hours a day. Not a week, 5 hours a day. So 5 times 14 divided by 15. The longest I've ever spent then is like 5 hours per minute. That's the longest ever. Ever, ever, forever, ever. Animating photons view of a black hole with precise mechanics and physics. Okay, that's fair then. Okay, I've never been on that extreme end of a spectrum. I mean, it's still a long time. Not really. 2 weeks, 4 hours a day. On this video, I already spent more time actually. You know, complete thing. But this one is longer. Maybe there's one on which I will spend more time, but in a different way. I'm looking over my videos, trying to think which one. Abstract took a decent long time because that was the first fully animated video. No, the first fully animated in the new style. Everything about the electrons cuts 11,000 views, yay! That did my channel actually got 3 strikes. Why did it get 3 strikes? Wait, what? That's... So there is so much backstory in there. My channel got only 2 strikes. Only 2. Both of them for medical misinformation, both of them on the same video, both of them on a video which got fact checked by my medical expert. YouTube just thought my jokes were facts, which, well, Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, some guy was messing with me for no reason at all. But how can...
Pretty simple. That's just
I'm
water.
just baffled.
Or rather, what we can do with water. You see, water is my electrolysis, so turning electrical energy to chemical energy. And this one is pretty simple. That's just water. Or rather, what we can do with water. You see, water is made of one oxygen and two hydrogens, bonded like this. Now, what is the reason for the bond? Well, molecular orbital theory. Okay, it sounds awful, but you have to trust me. It's way simpler and more useful than it seems. Let's start simple with how we divide electrons. We divide them into shells and subshells, and we do
Right
it
here, I'm
through
just
some
going to include the electron video animation, because I feel like that'll be much easier. Quit switching around, my goodness. For this one, I'm going to open, and I'm going to open a different animation from a different folder, which will be... It will be... this one. And then we're gonna save it back to the... There we go. Now all we have to do is delete all of those unnecessary objects. And scene. So for this one I want this camera be... Hold on, why do we have so many spheres? Something is off. That's why. I see. I almost thought it was fine. So very much not. Right, these all cylinders are from the chemical stuff. Tables, this sphere is just a balloon. Funnel, sick. So... what we want is we want it to be focused right on top of that table. Like right here. You didn't even check the reason for a strike, and you wrote as the reason just for fun. And I sent the review, they said nothing wrong in it. Huh. I don't know how someone can get you strike like that on YouTube. Never had that problem, but that's kind of worrying. Okay, we can prepare this, might as well. How's the rotation on the table? That's the rotation on the table. Now... So let's do from 0 to 200. 200, we're going to have this focused on the glass container. No, why is it struggling so much? Then, now this is pure white, and then it's going to slowly focus up. It might be a bit too slim though, so let's switch this to 0.3. There we go. Now that's the chemistry segment. And there we go. This can now render. Sweet. Well, considering how many things are rendering in the background now, I feel like it's about time to end the live stream. Hopefully in a couple of hours I'll do another one, because I should reset the times. I really should. I suppose for now that'll be it. Anyhow, that was fun. I really hope I'll be able to finish the video today. Not this one, another one. And I suppose, for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.